OpenAI Frontier Models on AWS. The June 2nd, 2026 announcement that OpenAI's frontier models, including the Codex family, are now available on Amazon Web Services, ending OpenAI's Azure exclusivity and reshaping the multi-cloud AI distribution landscape. In the next few minutes, we cover what the AWS deal includes, why OpenAI broadened past Azure now, what it means for Microsoft, and where the multi-cloud AI strategy goes from here. Let's get started. Let's start with the core idea behind OpenAI on AWS. Here are the essentials of OpenAI on AWS in plain language, what it is and why it was introduced. OpenAI was effectively Azure-only for years through the Microsoft partnership. The June 2nd, 2026 announcement makes its frontier models, GPT 5.5, GPT 5.3, Codex, and the Codex family, available natively on Amazon Web Services. Azure had a strategic privilege as OpenAI's primary cloud. That privilege is now diluted. AWS customers who could not use OpenAI without crossing clouds can now consume it natively. AWS comes after expansions to Apple iPhones via the ChatGPT integration, Codex into the ChatGPT app, and the role plugins rollout. OpenAI is systematically removing distribution constraints on its models. Initial reports indicate pricing and service-level commitments on AWS parallel what Azure offers. Multi-cloud customers no longer pay an OpenAI on AWS premium relative to the Azure baseline. Now let us look at why OpenAI on AWS matters in practice. Here is where OpenAI on AWS shows up in real products, teams, and decisions. Companies running production on AWS no longer need a separate Azure footprint just for OpenAI. Multi-cloud architecture simplifies. The OpenAI choice becomes architecturally portable. Anthropic has been the natural OpenAI alternative on AWS. With OpenAI now available natively, Anthropic's AWS native distribution moat narrows. Expect Anthropic to respond with deeper integrations or pricing. Azure's OpenAI advantage is less about access and more about deep integration. Foundry, Copilot, Power Platform. The defense becomes platform stickiness, not exclusive access. Google Cloud has been positioning around its own Gemini family. With OpenAI on AWS, the GCP differentiation argument has to lean harder on Gemini integration and price. Watch the next Google Cloud Next announcements. Let us recap the key takeaways on OpenAI on AWS and what to do next. GPT 5.5, Codex family, more. AWS customers can consume OpenAI without crossing clouds. Same pattern as Apple integration, ChatGPT app, role plugins. Anthropic, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud all have to respond. That is OpenAI on AWS in a nutshell. If you found this useful, subscribe for more cloud AI breakdowns. For more information, visit Standarity.com. See you in the next video.